foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostle, husband, great millstone. Shalom to the elect. To the men that died doing the work at Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and the show of our spirits. To the men, women, and children that believe in the true name of the Father and the Son, which the Father's name is Yahweh, he exists. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, he is the deliverer. Because he's coming to deliver us out of this captivity that we're in. All right? The Church of Philadelphia, once again, on the highways and hedges, coming to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as Babylon, a.k.a. Mystery Babylon, a.k.a. Sodom and Egypt, a.k.a. America, man. All right, which is mentioned of in the Bible. If you don't believe that Babylon, America is mentioned in the Bible, I don't know what to tell you. All right? Once again, we're in some serious times. We're in the same time that Noah was in. All right? And being as though that you have all the prophets right back here on the earth, but the main place is right here on the earth. That's why they try to downplay that America is in the scriptures so much. Because they knew in this time all the prophets are going to be right back on this earth in the same place, prophesying the downfall of this wicked ass kingdom as they did in the past times. You know? So they try to make fun of us, they try to make a mockery of us. But yo, once all this hell break loose, you niggas out here is going to be crying shit in your goddamn pants. You know? Because you took the Lord's name in vain and you took the Lord for a joke, man. And we really don't care about how you feel, about your looks and none of that, man. We don't care about your guys. We don't care about none of that, man. All we care about is the truth. As the scriptures say, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, how you know when we telling you the truth? Because you got over there in Nevada right now, they got what's the cannibals, crickets, wreaking havoc. The same time as the plagues of Moses, man. And the woman mentioned it. That's why we're going to start off with those plagues, man. Because that's how you know that the downfall of a place is coming. Why? Because it was spoken through the mouth of a prophet. And who put those words in his mouth? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. You know? So all you got to do is sit there and read. And this is the second Exodus, which is going to be the greatest Exodus. Because all the prophets are here. And they're all prophesying against this place. That's why this place is going to be totally annihilated. As you walk up and down the streets with your daily lives and all that, they did the same thing in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah. And what we in Pride Month. This is Pride Month. As the scriptures say, yo, pride walk before destruction, and a haughty look before a fall. All right? And it's funny that it's in June because it's June. Ain't no microchip. And you're hearing all about the microchip now, which is the MOT to the P. So the Lord is cold, man. He's going to make you eat some words, and he set up everything perfectly at his timing, man. Nothing is on our timing, man. You know? Nothing. All right?
Hey, let's get in Exodus 5, right? Because, hey, Moses and Aaron was going to Pharaoh, right? And basically told him, hey, let the Israelites go so that we can serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai the way we're supposed to serve him. Right? But hey, enough of me talking.
You said Moses and Aaron, right? So the Lord sent them out by twos, man. The same way, man. If you really look deep into it, the apostles said now they out there two at a time, on camera. You know? Two of them. The Lord sent us out in twos, man. And told us, yo, go prophesy to them. Now you're gonna have groups and all, yes you are, man. But the Lord sent you out in twos. And that's all throughout the scripture. You know? Because the Lord deals with men in fewer numbers, not great numbers. And it's all, that's why you get the doctrine from Yahweh Shah. And we know he gave it to the apostles of great ministry. No?
Huh. So this talks about, Aaron and Moses going to the elders first, right? And they let the elders know what Yahweh Shemel Shai told them. And hey, the elders believed in worship and was rejoiced that Yahweh looked at their affliction. Same as this time. Right? This is Exodus chapter 5, verse 1. And afterward, Moses and Aaron went in and told Pharaoh, thus saith Yahweh, power of Israel, let my people go, that they may hold a feast unto me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, who is this Yahweh, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go?
Right, because that's the pride that was on Pharaoh at that time. He was a prophet, SOB if you will. That's what? That's the pride. Because he was ruling. He took down rulers. Hey man, he even had us underneath him. We're the Israelites. The Lord's chosen people. Alright? But it's the same way right now, you got people back like they like, we just comfortable here. But the Lord puts a spirit on certain men to come out here and prophesy against this place. Why? Because they were set up from the beginning of time as part of that elect, man. And only the Lord knows who they are, man. But they're going to have that fire burning inside of them, man. It's like Jeremiah said, man. They're reaching out. That's why Pharaoh said, who's your holler, man? These devils know that, and they're saying the same thing right now, man. Making fun of the paying people not to say the name, not to speak in the name. But it said, you know what? Fucking music. You know what? Yeah, they pay them not to speak in that name. And don't nobody. That's why everybody around here is out of order. They're in complete chaos because they don't believe. But it's cool because you're trying to see the evils go on this earth, man. And that's what keeps a brother sane, man. Right.
And Esau and other heathen nations, guess what? You're not going to be able to stop the mouths of the men of the Lord, no matter what you do.
Right.
No matter what games you try to play, hey, a true man of the Lord is going to continue in this faith, going to continue in this work. Again, no matter what, unto death.
That's right.
The Lord give us that, put that spirit on us. Hey, we continue unto death.
That's right.
As the prophets of old did. So are we in that same lot today.
That's right.
Hey, what they say, you know what? Hey, it's what the Pharaoh said. He says, I know not Yahweh, neither will I let Israel go. Right. So, hey, you're right. That's right on time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not supposed to know. But you're going to get to know. And that's about to get it, man. Because that's why the Lord did. Because that's these when we come out here speaking like that, that's what these damn devils are saying. I don't know why y'all was out. I'm in the office like that. Why we always going to can the acts boast itself against the one that's doing it?
Well, hey, they do. They think they're in the power. They think they got the ultimate power.
That's right.
Not the creator.
That's right.
They think since I seemingly have the power in this earth, hey, you better do what I do, or I'm going to make what they say. I'm going to make life a living hell, right? Yeah, whatever they say. That part. Yeah. So he said, I know not Yahweh, neither will I let Israel go. So he basically saying, listen, I'm in control of all of this. Right? And it says, and they said, verse 3, the power of the Hebrews hath met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto Yahweh our power, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword. And they said, again meaning Moses and Aaron, the power of the Hebrews. So it tells you right there that he is a power of a people. And you can't change that. He said that the power of the Israel have met with us and sacrifice unto Yahweh our power, lest he fall upon us.
So that, yo, right there, that's a heavy point right there.
Verse 3.
We about to get into that.
And they said, the power of the Hebrews have met with us. Let us go, we pray thee, 3 days' journey into the desert, and sacrifice unto Yahweh our power, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword.
See that? Now listen. We got the 3 days journey. That's understanding. They wanted to travel 3 days to go understand what the Lord was about to do. And no, he was praying, he was begging. Basically, he said, we pray thee. When you say, I pray thee, like, listen, please let us go. Because right now, it's given into your hand to say yes or no. But the ultimate decision, it comes from Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai. By Hashem Yahushai, man. And this is ancient Egypt. You know, we're talking about the first Exodus when we're coming into the second one, man. And you see all the signs of the time right now. So this is for you brothers that's out there that's getting weak and all that. You know, because we all have moments of weakness, but we're here to let you know, man, it's about to happen, man. You know, it's about to happen. Everything you've been waiting for and been teaching about and we've been talking about, it already started happening. You know? The Lord is giving brothers dreams, visions, and all that, man. Reading everything and all that, man. You see the plagues, and that's what he said. At least he come upon us with plagues, man. And if he coming upon us with the plagues, he's coming upon you with the plagues as well, man.
And hey, I tell you, me and the brother, it's not only just visions and dreams and thoughts. Hey, he puts it right in our faces sometimes. Right? I'm just telling you like it is. We ain't going to get into all that, but that's just real. I mean,
you can tell.
True faith boosters.
You can tell. Because every time certain points come up, then the madness happens.
Right.
But you gotta be a spiritual man, understand that that's Satan, man. You know? But we still out here standing boldly, man.
Verse 4. And the king of Egypt said unto them, wherefore do ye Moses and Aaron let the people from their works? Get ye unto your burdens. So he basically like, hey, so who's gonna do all this work? if y'all you gonna be out of work for 3 days? And he basically told them, now go back to your work.
Right? But he don't know he fucked up himself.
Right.
Because he sealed his face. When he first came to him, like, listen, come in here, spirit of power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, come and tell you, let us go. Let us just go 3 days journey so we can praise our Lord. Because you got instances in the scripture with Babylon. We was able to praise our Lord. Because they knew about power. They all knew about it. You know what I'm saying? So they would let us worship. But the Pharaoh was like, no, because the Lord hardened his heart so that we could, you know, he was like, man, look how much we flourishing now for y'all niggas. Right. You can't let y'all my blessing go. You know, going into what? Let's get this real fast and do the rhyme, right? Because we're blessed people. And anything that our hands do is blessed. All right? Anything your hands do is blessed. The reason why you don't believe that because you're not reaping the benefits of your blessing. These other heathen nations are. All right. So it says, Salaki. All right, come. This is matter of fact, I'm gonna here it goes. Come. Right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, and verse I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, and all these blessings shall come unto thee and overtake thee, and thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. You know? Because what? We was in the field in Egypt. You know? But was we blessed in there? No, we was cursed. Alright? It says, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of the ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and flock, the fruit of the cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. So it say the fruits of thy body was that. That's your labor. That's your works. That's your hands. So one thing to this day, they're like, yo, who built the pyramids in Egypt? It was us. It was us. I almost said some street stuff. But it was us. You know? And that's why I say, yo, aliens to the air, because we wasn't a part of that world. We've been alienated from out of every world that we live in. Even to this day, we're alienated. We're not a part of this place, man. And that's why Yahweh Shah said what? He said, if I was a part of this world, my servants would fight. You know, meaning, yo, they're going to get busy. There ain't no suckers, man. Just because a brother is humble and everything, no, that he's waiting on the Lord, he's waiting patient. And great is that man's reward, man. For waiting on the Lord. Everybody want to be so fast. Well, you know what? You want to be a microwave Hebrew Israelite, then go ahead and see how fast your wick burn out, man. You know? But it says, verse 5, it says, blessed shall be thy basket and in thy store. Blessed shall be, blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. So all these, though, the Lord was telling us these are blessings. So you know our people is blessed. But the Lord put the curses on us as well. Our hands are still blessed because he ain't take that away from us. We're just not able to reap the benefits of our blessings. Another nation is going to do it. But you see it right now. Why you think everything that they took, they be like, yo, I told you. It says Jacob is the former of all things. All right? Jacob is the former of all things. Why you think? It's a patent. So, the black man created the telephone and this and that. Is he getting the money for that? Is he getting the credit for that? But he created it. You know? Why do you think the people really don't want to let us go? That's why they're ushering in this MOT bit. You know, right now, they're like, nah, fuck that. Y'all going to say, F your God, you're going to say that he belongs to us. The same way Pharaoh was doing back then. You know?
Hey, and you know that, that was beautiful. And you know, I mean, let's think about this world for a second, right? We're so blessed and what we think and what we do and how we act that you have these other nations that get so jealous that they would rather be less in their organization than continue to bless us, right? By giving us better roles, right? They're so wicked and dumb that they would lie about our performance rather than increase their own company and organization. They'd rather tell lies and slander and libel and defame people, right, through their lies, rather than understanding the greater good for their own community is that we're here, right? So that's the sickness and the hatred that these people actually have for the Israelites,
Right.
and that's true hatred. You would rather lie on someone's performance, defaming them, right, rather than seeing your company, your organization, or your community thrive.
Right.
That's the hatred that you actually have
Right, bro.
for us as a people.
Right.
And hey, soon enough, that's going to be confronted. You look for something else? Okay. Verse 5. And Pharaoh said, Behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens?
Yeah, see that? Because now listen. Now you gotta think about the history of that, right? Because when we came into Joseph was sold to he was sold by his brothers. Then he was I forgot what it was. Then he was sold to the Egyptians for a slave, right? Joseph had Ephraim and Manasseh. Ephraim means what? To be fruitful and multiply. So when our people got there, Joseph went to hell, man. Before he became the top dog in Egypt. And he got down with the Pharaoh, or he got cool with the Pharaoh. But I'm going to say this, the Pharaoh got cool with Joseph because he knew what the hell he was, man.
Right.
He knew who he was.
Right.
So he was wise, like, damn, I'm going to do that.
Exactly.
Fuck that, because that's an Israelite.
Right.
So he know this and that.
And our people are going to thrive.
That's
This
right.
kingdom is going to thrive.
That's right. Yep.
He wasn't like other kings, right? Like
That's
this Pharaoh, right?
That's right. Yep.
That
Yep.
went against.
Yep.
So, man, you just perfectly said what I just talked about. Hey.
So he like, matter of fact, we can probably play that just a little fast. Just a little glimpse of how to play right there. Yeah.
Right.
But with Joseph, because when Joseph, matter of fact, when Joseph, what the brother was saying, that's why Joseph, he basically prophesied how Egypt was going to flourish during the 7 years of famine when the Pharaoh had that dream. But Joseph was known as what? He could interpret dreams, man. You know? And that's how our people, we always got that talent. We got that natural God-given gift when the Lord is dealing with us. So you can't be prideful because the Lord can do something and take it right away from you. You know? And this is why the Pharaoh said that, because at a certain time, the Israelites started to multiply in Egypt. And the wicked flower was like, yo, you know what, man? He's like, these people, and this is after the Pharaoh that Joseph. He was like, yo, we're going to have to enslave these people, or else they're going to overtake us. You know? They're
Right.
going to overtake us if we don't enslave them. That's what they did, man. They try to keep us at bay, so because they always, throughout history, the power of the Israelites is known even to this day because the same spirit is right here, man. They right here.
And again, we're peaceable people.
That's right.
We're not looking for conflict.
No, we was in Egypt chilling.
Right.
Living.
Blessing them.
God.
Right?
That's why that place was blessed, because of us, man.
Right. So, hey, you're so dumb that you miss out on your own blessing because of your hatred. And you show your true hatred through your lies and defamation. So, hey, let's get into a wise Pharaoh, because he understood who he had in his midst.
Right. Like, I better be cool with this brother.
Right.
Matter of fact, after Joseph got lied on, after he got lied on what? Joseph was in the damn dungeon by himself. Thrown in there. He wasn't with no other Israelites, man. You know, he had what? It was the Pharaoh's cup holder and the baker, man. You know? In the dungeon, man.
Yeah. Hey, let's get into it. Hey, Genesis chapter 41, I'll get right to the point almost. Verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon.
See that now? See that? Yeah, see that? And now we're jumping into this part, but if you go back further, the one dude, Joseph, both of the men had dreams. One had a dream of, I believe, the cupbearer. He had a dream about serving him. Some of what? But Joseph basically told him, he's like, you're going to get put to death, and you're like the Pharaoh's going to take you back so that you can be. But I think it was the cupbearer that you're going to be right next to. And he told him, he said, when you go up there, remember me and remember that I told you this dream, and I interpreted it for you. You know, and it came to pass. So now we're jumping forward to the part where the Pharaoh had a dream about the seven calves that was thin, and the seven calves that was fat. You know, but I think the first ones were the seven calves that was fat. Then it went to the seven calves that was thin, representing. So you're going to have 7 years, which is completion. You're going to have 7 years where the food is going to flourish. Then you're going to have 7 years of famine. So it's time to prepare. But couldn't no wise man in Egypt understand this dream but Joseph? And matter of fact, the cupbearer, he remembered Joseph at that time. Yo, that's why they rushed hastily to go get Joseph out the dungeon, because he forgot about it. You know? So you can't never forget about Israel, man, because we here. Man. No matter how much society.
So it says, then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh.
He presented himself. I don't want to look like a wild man. And he's in the dungeon living like a fucking man. Fucked up. You know? So he got he didn't trim his waist. He just like, let me prove myself. You know? He ain't shaved his face bald and all that like fucking niggas do now for interviews and all that. He just proved himself.
Says, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream. There is none that can interpret it. A dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. So, hey, Joseph didn't take the credit, right? He said, hey, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah that has provided me this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to do this, right? Hey, just like we can read spirits, the Lord has given us that power to read spirits and to be able to determine how people are.
And guess what?
And their motives.
And guess what? Joseph was a castaway from his own brothers. Think about that. Joseph was a castaway from his own brothers, man. The same way Yahweh Shah was a castaway from his own brothers. Israelites. Let that sink in, man. And look how the Lord raised him up. Why? Because he never lost faith in them. He was tried. He could have been like, Lord, like, you sold me to slavery. Oh, fuck that. But he had dreams. Joseph always had dreams, man. And he would tell the people the dreams, his brothers, and they laughed at him. But his father was like, hold up. No, let's hear this.
Right.
You know?
And that's why his brother was upset with him. Because of a dream that he interpreted.
But they was going to bow down to worship.
Right.
And that actually happened.
Right. Yeah. Hey, it says, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. Yahweh shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. So again, he ain't put it on himself. Hey, because you got all this, you know, hey, we bring this out a lot. Who put this thing together? Me. That's who. Who I trust? That's right. Me. That's who, right? Because we like yeah.
I'm the one that did this.
Right.
I mean, no,
beating your chest and all that.
Yeah, it ain't no free will. You know? And that's what people like to push free will shit. Wrong, man. You know? And that's like Joseph said, now, first and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh
Shem
Ba'Shem
Shem
Kadash.
Kadash.
That's what Joseph was saying.
Right.
It ain't because of me, man. It's because of him. You know? And we're in the same spirit, man. The same spirit, man.
And so, hey, you wonder why we know things. It's not because we know things, because Yahweh Shemashai puts a spirit on us to know your spirit and the evil spirits that are out there,
Right.
that are here to go against us.
Right.
And it ain't no guessing neither.
Right.
We know through the spirit and power, mercy and grace of Yahweh Shemashai.
Right.
And we speak boldly like we know.
Right.
And that's what you hate, because you've been found out. You've been found out to be a deceiver.
Right.
Right. And wicked. You've been found out. That's what you hate.
Right.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored, and lean-fleshed, such as I never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness.
Man, because Egypt was a place, they never heard of no famine, man. They was the ones giving out the food.
It was the kingdom.
Yeah, just like America. That's why, it's not America known as Sodom and Egypt. So America never heard of no famine on the magnitude that's about to come to this place. Why? Because, these people still talking that bullshit while I'm doing my own food. Okay, but go ahead and do that. But the scriptures say your seed gonna fail. You know? Your seed is gonna fail, man. So you go ahead and try to plan all you want. The time is coming where, man, you're gonna be on the run, man. Niggas is crazy, because that's the mindset of a people. Because they really don't believe. If somebody says that, well, it's famine, it's this, that, and none of that, we will just plant our own garden. We'll go off the grid in the wilderness somewhere. They're going to be searching for your ass. And like we brought out last week, it's seasons for everything. So you're going to have to wait a whole season, water it and everything for it to come up. You can't eat it premature. You know? That's why you got to trust in the Lord.
Verse 20. And the lean and the ill-favored kind did eat up the first 7 fat kind. And when they had...
That was jacked up. The skinny ones, they're the fat.
Right.
There. You know? That had to be a hell of a dream. So, just imagine, that's the Lord showing you stuff. Fucking with the Pharaoh's mind, man. At that time, you know? And he ain't understand. That's why he was troubled. The same way these damn devils are in trouble now. In their mind, they're really troubled. That's why they really watch us, man. Watch the apostles on the scriptures, seeing what we see.
Right. And we just talking.
That's right.
Right? And you hate us talking.
That's right.
That's how you know that this thing is true.
That's right. But you can't stop it.
Right.
There's no way you can stop it. For one, just like they couldn't stop it back then.
Hey, and we pray through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace, Yahweh Shai, that, hey, can't stop, won't stop us either. Can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Through his spirit, power, mercy, and grace. Not because we somebody, but through his spirit, power, mercy, and grace. Hey, we're going to keep this pushing unto death.
That's right.
That's how serious we take this.
That's right.
And hey, I would be careful, and we've said this before, what you do to the men of the Lord. I will watch yourself. It says, and when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-favored, as at the beginning.
No, that's crazy. So that really had to mess with his mind, because he's like, you see a cow that's messed up, a big cow, and he's still not fed, like he's not full. He's like, God damn, what just happened right there? You know, where did all that food go at? You know? So that had to be messing with his mind. So he, you know, just the same way now that it says go to the second number, it said the power shall stand in fear. He was in fear, man. You know? So they need us out here speaking. The same way they needed Joseph, the Pharaoh needed Joseph to determine his dream. Because his own people couldn't even tell him. His sorcerers, his wise men. You know? Because the Lord wasn't dealing with him on that level. You got it, bro.
Hey, and it wasn't no melting pot, right?
Right.
It was, let's call the Hebrew Israelite to help us.
Right.
Because no one of our people can help us.
And he was in the dungeon.
Right.
After he got lied on by the woman, by the Pharaoh's wife.
Right.
Because she wanted him. And he fled.
Right.
But that's the reason why he was put in the fucking dungeon.
Hey, because them heathen nations got down like that, right?
To this day.
Right.
He still loves us.
It says, but they were still ill-favored as at the beginning. So I awoke. Like the brother said, he woke scared to death. Like, what the heck is that? It says, verse 22, and I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them.
So he probably woke up, went back to sleep, dream hit him again. Yo, and I can tell you that happened.
Yeah, that definitely happened.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, wake up out of something. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that was real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your ass can go right back to sleep and you go right into it again.
Right.
But a different way.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
So, hey, man, this Bible is no joke, man. You know, the Lord was letting them know, listen, you had that one, you thought that was going to be. Well, look at and listen, this is how you notice all these different ways. Because the first one was the famine of the meat that they had. That was going into the corn. So you're going to have a famine of your harvest. Right? Let's go. That's how bad and cold the Lord is.
Back to 23. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do.
See that? He said the dream of Pharaoh is one. I just told you because he woke up. Oh shit! Went back to sleep. Woke up. Now you want to tell your wise man. You know, yo man, this is what's going on. Such and such, such and such. And the Lord like, hey man, but Joseph like, listen man, this is what. So I'm gonna break it down for you. Oh, hey, so I want to go down. Where?
The 7 good kind are 7 ears, and the 7 good ears are 7 years.
See that?
The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kind that came up after them are 7 years. And the 7 empty ears blasted with the east wind shall be 7 years of famine.
See that? Oh, man. Joseph knew that. How did Joseph know that? Because the Lord was dealing with him. The same way that we're sitting out here telling you, yo, we don't know the time, the dates, and none of that. All we know is that it's coming. And we have to measure that, this Bible. You know? And the prophecies and everything that's given to us. You know? It started from what? Our apostle, I would say, Great Roaster. And then it trickles down. And the apostles was in their time. That's why the Lord gave it to them when he gave it to them. When you woke up in your time because it was in a different age, in the era. And every time a brother wakes up, that was in the era that they was in, but you're right back here in Babylon and prophesy the same thing. That's why the Lord got it the way he got it. Because you got certain men, they try to run learn real quick and do this, that. Try to think you're going to outdo the man that taught you now. You're not going to do that. And you see it, that happens in a lot of Israel when you go, like everybody went against the apostles. You know? The Lord shut their ass down. What's going on?
Hey, they bugged out.
Super bugged out.
Yeah. Hey, it says, verse 28, this is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh, what Yahweh is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh.
See that? So he showed him. Like, yo, did not he show Alexander the Greek when he was going to take over and conquer? Matter of fact, Alexander the Greek was the one that conquered Egypt, man. You know? And he got a dream just as well, just like Darius. He got a dream as well that his kingdom was about to be taken from him. So the Lord is showing these people all that. And yo, guess who prophesies to these dumbasses their downfall? The Israelites. In every scenario of this book. Alright? So for you niggas out here talking about, yo, that's the white man's book, a man wrote it. Yo, the Lord is not dealing with you at all, man. At all, man. And you're blind. You know? We telling you about the family president. That's why, matter of fact, that was a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, let's get that. And now let's hop that Brother Bashar into president.
Now, or you want me to finish this? It says, behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout the land of Egypt. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine. And all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt. And the famine shall consume the land. And the...
So in the famine, right? How can you plant anything that's going to you got Bill Gates, he's the biggest farmer right now. So he's buying up all the farmers. The Lord is going, and they niggas is retarded, man. You really think you're going to plant some seeds and it's going to prosper? And this earth, they're fucking up the earth. That's the Lord allowing it to happen because this place, this time is like we brought out last week. It's a time and a place under the sun for everything. The time right now, it's like we just had a time for great 7 years, man. 7 years of you can feast in this, but you're supposed to be wise because the Lord was telling you. Then you're going to have 7 years of the famine, right? And only the Lord knew that. That's how Joseph was going to be his brothers, man, and his father, because they had to come and ask for food. Because Joseph was the one that, through the spirit of power, outside, he the one that orchestrated that. Listen, put this up in the barn. Save this, feed the people with that. Because Egypt, man, it was top dogs, so it was feeding a lot of people. Everybody was coming to Egypt to eat, man. You know? But the Lord put Joseph in charge of all that, man. Because he was the castaway. Alright?
It says, and the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous.
It said the penny. The money. The money ain't gonna be worth shit. So I'm telling you right now, man. These dollar bills, and if you even look at the coins, man, they real shiny. They look fake as fuck. And I remember looking at a cashier and I'm like, yo, your money look fake as hell, man. She's like, no, you look fake as hell. I'm like, whatever. I said, that money look like fucking play money, man. And it don't even have the same weight as it used to have. If you get a quarter from 1940 compared to now, it got a whole different weight. And even then, the money was depreciated. But now you know that shit ain't just worthless, man. You know?
Different metals and everything. Different paper, too.
Yeah. But they done ran through all the metals and everything that they had, and now they got on the you know?
Verse 32, and for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice.
Dang.
It is because the thing is established by Yahweh, and Yahweh will shortly bring it to pass.
Dang, it was double to him, man. The dream was double to his ass. You know? So you get that, you understand, man. Like, look, the Lord ain't there. Why? Because it was established by the Most High. And everything that we saying out here is established by Yahweh Hashem Shah, by Hashem Rashakadas. You got a lot of men that know the name, speaking the name, but do they really believe on that name? You know? A lot of men can say that. But the Lord can take that name out your fucking mouth, man. Because you doubted him. And eventually he will, man. You know? This ain't no game. Me and the brother say this every weekend and week out. This ain't no game, man. This ain't fun time. It's none of that, man. The Lord is about to judge this place. All right? So if you run around playing games and all that, you're going to get judged, man. And it's going to be a harsh judgment. The same way them people just got when they got judged. Because you have people die in that family, man. You know? You have some people that ain't taking it. Pharaoh took Egypt, what Joseph said. That's why Egypt still lasted for that 7 years, man. After, once the famine began to the end of it. But America be telling you right now, America's not going to last, man. It's not going to make it. All right? You got it, bro.
Kind. Well, hey, we can really wrap this up because at the end of the day, you know, Joseph just told him, listen, 7 years, you're going to have plenty, right? So store it up. Because the next 7 years, you're going to need that food to really complete the famine and help you out in the days of the famine, right? So, hey, that Pharaoh was wise and listened to Joseph and even set him up, right? In command of the land, right? Right.
The unwise.
Right.
Because that's where we at.
What you people are doing
Yeah.
right now. You're unwise.
Fucking Joe Biden. And yo, guess what? And yo, you know that they read this Bible, they know it. But now what they're doing, they're hoarding up food and everything. They're putting them in their underground bunkers. You know, thinking that they think that, yo, it happened in Egypt.
Huh.
Joseph told them, yo, they out here telling us, oh shit, let's start storing up stuff. You know? Because we're going to be able to flourish too. Well, no, you're not, man. And we telling you that, man. We telling you straight like that, you're not going to make it, man. America's not going to make it. Are you going to have some people that survived it? Yeah, you are. You know why? Because they're going to be the first fruits of slavery. And that's the bottom line, man. What you got, man? You got some.
Yeah. I was going to bring out, you know how they say, as soon as he's about to fill his belly.
Oh, Job 23 and 24.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Right. So,
I got that.
Con.
I got good precept too.
Oh, I got it.
It's in Job.
Yeah, definitely Job.
There might be 20 or 20.
Precept that much.
And he's about to fill his belly. I got it right here, 20. Right.
Yeah, 20.
It's Job 20 and 23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain upon him while he is eating.
Yeah.
You know? And
Right.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
what they're doing right now. They eating right now. They
Storing up, right?
Right, yeah.
Food for themselves. Hey, they basically it's really a man-made famine, right? But they think they're doing it in their power, right? When the Lord, hey, he said the king's heart is in the hands of Yahweh, right? So his mind, you know what I mean?
synthetic meats and shit.
Right. Tell you to eat bugs now and all that nonsense. Come on, man. You guys off, man.
You keep going down to the verses and going into like basically keep going down to the verses. You're gonna rate it upon him while he's eating. Keep going 2 more verses down, going into the 200 million missiles that are going to be shot off right over there in the ends of to America, right? Because them devils, they think they're going to be able to win this war, but they're not. Right? The Lord's going to fight them in the midst of Shemias with the archangel of Michael. When we get to this earth, we're going to eradicate it. Them devils know what time it is. That's why they strike your brother's pages. You know? Because they know what time it is. They don't want the truth to come out. Right? Because this truth is for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. God's chosen people. The Father's name is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shah, man. This is the truth. This is the trumpet that the Lord put His Spirit and His prophets, right, to come out here on the highways and byways to blow this trumpet, to warn them of this upcoming destruction.
What you want, What you want?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah thy God shall choose. One from amongst thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee, and thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Because that was a law for us when we going to set a king upon our nation, right? The nation of Israel. All right, we went and set a heathen upon our nation as our king, man. As our people today, looking at Biden as their king, man. But our true king is the King of Kings. His name is Yahweh Shah. All right, who are people they can call Jesus Christ. That's the king that we need to be set a ruler over us, that we should be looking to. All right, and trusted in, not in the falseness that Biden pushed out.
We're gonna hop back into Exodus 5, and we're gonna go to where?
Plauges.
When
what was it, Moses?
Yeah.
When he came here.
Yep. We'll hop back into that. Because he's, again, just to bring it back, he was talking to Pharaoh, basically saying, let my people go for 3 days. And Pharaoh was like, who is this Yahweh that I need to listen? Right? And so he also told them to get back to work themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Like, nigga, what you think?
Yeah.
Take 2 days off?
Right.
You ain't gonna go pick this guy, nigga.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, man, because that we the reason why this place flourishes. But we've been putting so much in the trick bag that we don't believe it and we can't see it. Well, the ones that the Lord has blinded.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But we get in this because of the up and coming events, the prophecies going on right now. All right.
I'm going to go back to verse 5, and it said, and Pharaoh said, behold, the people of the land now are many, and ye make them rest from their burdens?
Hey, yo, don't Ephraim work hard, man?
Right.
Ephraim and Manasseh. You know? Well, Issachar.
Hey, Issachar.
Issachar, hey, he's for hire.
Yeah.
They work hard as shit. But even Ephraim bust their ass, man. You know? And on top of that, they multiplied to the point like, God damn. You know? Even that's why he was like, nah, we gotta have him in slavery and make him build. Because like we were saying, our hands is blessed. And through that, Egypt was blessed. You know? And even though our hands is so blessed, the structure still stand up to this day. You know?
And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick, as heretofore. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. And the tale of the bricks which they did make heretofore, ye shall lay upon them. Ye shall not diminish aught thereof, for they be idle. Therefore they cry, saying, let us go and sacrifice to our powers.
See that, yo, and now that's what we're supposed to be doing now, because this was the beginning of the end of Egypt, man. All right, because yo, when Moses and Aaron came to that door, that first day, the time that was the start of Egypt.
Right.
You know, just like when we came out here, started with the apostle Alex and Raymond, going all the way back to high priest Rabbi Business, right? That was the start. Well, matter of fact, we're talking about America.
Right.
Leave it like that. But that was the start of the ending of America. When they went out on the highway, you know? And now you start to see that, like, yo, it had to be a period of time and all that. Because certain men, had to have children. And the Lord had it set up like that. It's like what, last week when we went into, what was that,
Revelation 9.
When certain men that was fighting that war, they couldn't be put to death because they had the loins of a prophet. They had the loins
of the elect.
Yeah, exactly. So that they had, they probably didn't perish in that war. And who knows how they perished, but they had to be the ones that probably had the grandfather, and the grandfather had the mother and all that. Grandfather had the mother, and that's the grandfather, and the mother had what the father had built, and now you the son of him. So it's a process. So when Moses then walked through that door, that was the start of the end of the Egypt. And now they try to make it harder on this one. So now what you're feeling right now, the birth pains of the delivery of the baby. The baby is us, man. Lord's willing, we be a part of that number, but the delivery of the baby is the elect and the 1/3, man. All right, which the Lord is about to deliver out of Babylon, wherever they at, and on all four corners of the earth, man. All right.
Come. Verse 9. Let their more work be laid upon the men, that they may labor therein, and let them not regard vain words.
So what he say? He's like, who is this child? Like nigga, I'm gonna make you work harder since you think that he's gonna deliver. But the Lord, the whole time, he was putting a spirit on him. Like, nah, man. Look, I want you to reject me. The same way he gonna put the spirit on Esau, to fight that war, man. Which we talk about the war 11 in the Revelations. And you also have it in what? I believe it's in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter. Because they're going to turn, everybody's going to turn from the battle to fight against Yahushua when he comes back. Physically. They're going to be scared to death, but they ain't going to have no choice. The same way Pharaoh, he probably, honestly, I believe Pharaoh was scared as shit when he started seeing the things that the Lord was doing, but the Lord hardened his heart so much, he's like, man, fuck that. Because I got this magician, I got that. So the Lord did all those things, man, to make him like, yo, man, I can go against you. Just like they got their fighter jets, they got their nuclear weapons, they got all these things now. So they in their heart, they like, man, fuck that. And they got it to the point where they're telling you now they got chariots. Oh, we got the UFOs, they crashed. Come on, man, Esau, your technology is shit compared to our technology, So only a fool would think that them damn like a UFO would crash and got it in your possession. That's some movie shit, But okay, go ahead and continue on.
Yeah. Hey, and just to back you up, brother, just think about today too, right? As soon as the heat get put on people, what do? They cry, they pray, they do all that. As soon as the heat go off, what do? They go back to the same wicked stuff they've been doing. That's what that is. Even though he had the 9 first plagues, right? As soon as the heat came off, he was like, what? straight up. But that's how it is right now. You know what I mean? But that 10th plague took it over, right? Because hey, now every firstborn of every male was just put to death, right? So he couldn't take that. But hey, and even look at verse 9, right? He says, give them more work so they don't regard vain words. What is that saying? Hey, that's what they do to us right now, right? They put us for 12 hours. Oh, you got to work on Saturday. Oh, hey, I'm going to need you to do this overtime shift, right? Hey, so they make us think about their kingdom and their work 24/7, so that we don't go into this Bible.
Yeah, that's a heavy point, huh?
Right. Oh, let's call this meeting. Hey, because we know what he do at this time, right? So let's make sure we call this meeting, right?
Yeah, that's heavy. That yo, because we got the end, man. So that yo, they're the same spirit.
Right.
Oh, this nigga think he know the Lord.
Right.
I'm going to heaven. You know, that's the problem.
Right. It says, and the taskmasters of the people went out, and their officers, and they spake to the people, saying, Thus saith Pharaoh, I will not give you straw. Go ye, get you straw where you can find it, yet not all of your work shall be diminished. So basically tell them, hey, you still got to produce what you were supposed to produce when we actually gave you the straw. Right. So now you got to go get your own straw, but you still got to produce the same amount. Hey, that's just wicked. But hey, he wanted them to just be occupied in his kingdom and his work. It says, so the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. And the taskmasters hasted them, saying, fulfill your works, your daily tasks, as when there was straw.
Hey, they can go. But then, yo, basically what he was doing, he like, yo, oh, you believe in your high by something outside. These niggas talking about him, that's just saying, I'm the one feeding. So now I'm going to start taking things away from you. The same way they're going to do right now. Oh, you believe in your high by something outside, how about I'm going to start taking things away? Slowly but surely, gradualization. To become, what? The MOT to the people. You know? And why you think they got those different cards when you scan them and it tells you what you buy and all that, what you like. Those are the things that they're starting to remove from the stores, and you get your shortages. Gradually, but they, yo, even the baby formula, you know, what else you got? Different shortages. You got the baby formula, you got
toilet tissue, yeah. Paper in general.
Yeah. So they're starting to take these things away. Why? Because we are speaking the same way that Moses and Aaron came out. You know, they came out speaking against and talking about Yahweh Hashem outside, man. By Hashem outside the dust, man. All right? You got it, bro.
Yeah.
That's heavy, man, because yo, like, that's how you know, man, when you're going to the scriptures. You gotta look at the times that they were living. And yo, that's why the reason why I bring this up, I'm sorry about the video, when the woman was like, just imagine living in Moses' time. You living in it.
Right. It's a replay.
Exactly. But just the second Exodus was, yo, the plagues that's coming in this place, they already started. But it's about, you got birds attacking people, man. Like you mentioned the locusts over there. I mean, the crickets, which crickets are cousins to locusts. And crickets eat vegetation. So that brings forth what? A famine. You know? Bill Gates can kill everything, burn up on it, but yo, you still got the crickets eating shit up as well, man. And the woman said they smell like dead fish, man. Then you actually have fish beaching themselves. You know, they're washing up the sea dead. Thousands and thousands upon thousands of fish. You know? Why these people still dancing around playing fucking games, man? Like the Lord is a joke. All right?
And when you brought out locusts, so I said, you know what? Go back into Revelation 9 again, because again, we told you that the fighter jets look like locusts.
The way they were designed, and
Right.
Thing and all that.
Right. And when it goes into Revelation 9 and 4, it talks about, and it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men. So that's why we said, we described it as locusts because John the Revelator basically looked at what he knew of, right? Because he didn't know of the dog fighter jets and stuff like that. But what do locusts eat? They eat the grass, right? They eat. You know what I mean? So that's letting you know that's not locusts. That's dog fighter jets. You know what I mean? So he was basically saying, listen, they look like locusts, but they're not because they killing men.
And they actually physically can't. A locust can't physically eat a man.
Right.
No, so
Right. Right.
That's a hey. And that lets you know how he was speaking in parables and using what he saw.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Now you can physically talk about, this is something about the book. Does that happen?
Right. Yeah. Hey, and so just skip down, basically what Pharaoh and the taskmaster tried to do was scare them out of worshiping Yahweh Bashim Shai. Because it'll same doing now, right? They was beating them. Right now, they psychologically beating us. And psychologically violent to us, right? By, again, with our character, assassinating our character, right? And again, spreading slander, right? So that's what they did physically to the Israelites then, right? Because they beat them. They wanted them to be scared, right? So that they don't even speak the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
They try to scare the name out of our mouths.
Right. And what? To go back and plead for forgiveness and beg, beg Pharaoh and the taskmaster. So that's basically what that's saying, right? Which you read on down. Because we ain't going to spoon feed all you. Right. All right. Read. Do some reading. So let's get into chapter 6.
We ain't gonna read the whole thing.
Right, yeah, no. Yeah, we're gonna bounce around.
You get the idea.
Right. It says, Then Yahweh said unto Moses, Now shalt thou see what I will do to Pharaoh. So again, Moses and Aaron came to Pharaoh. They asked him. Then they saw how he reacted and responded to the people, right? Which is wicked. And so now Yahweh is saying, okay, now I'm going to show you what I'm about to do to him. With a strong hand shall he let them go, and with a strong hand shall he drive them out of his land. And the power spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am Yahweh. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of the power almighty, but by my name, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, was I not known to them.
And like how we always bring out gradualization, right? That's what the Lord was using on Pharaoh. He was using gradualization. Why? Because he started off small. Listen. First plague. What's the first plague? Was that the water?
I can go to that right now.
Because he brought that out, and then because all this stuff led up over. All these events led up to the Passover, where he passed over us and dealt harshly with them. The firstborn of everything in their land, going all the way to the animals. Here comes the big guy.
It was the rod.
Yeah, the serpent. Yeah. What's up, bro? Right there. That's big. Yeah, that's when and Moses, because he had to do double. So he threw down two sticks. Moses threw down one and ate up both of them. And that was boosting Pharaoh's boosting up his pride. He like, look, man, I got but it's the Lord still like ate him up, man. But he was on the tip like, yo, man. I got the same thing with that.
Right.
But he did it. He wasn't in that same spirit. That's how you know. And that also goes to show you that you got left hand side power, and you got right hand side power. You know? But the power of the left hand is about to shut you keep hands. You know?
Hey, and the Lord told Moses and Aaron, guess what? He's not going to hearken.
Right.
Right. So he let them know. He prepared them.
Right.
You know, even though Pharaoh said it, right? All right, let him go, right? At times, right? And then he changed his mind.
Right.
But the Lord already told them that he's not going to hearken. Right?
So I got that. Because what Moses and Aaron represented what? The elect at the time, right? So no matter what you try to do against the elect, the Lord is always going to prevail, man. So he's always going to uphold his elect. All right? This is Isaiah chapter 42:1. It says, "Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles." You know, Pharaoh, he's considered a Gentile. You know, he wasn't of our nation. All right, and the Lord put the spirit on who? Moses. For him to go and prophesy against Egypt. All right, because Moses did. He was cast away from Egypt after he took up for his brothers. You know, as he grew up as an Egyptian. So they cast him away. They spared his life, sent him out. And when Moses went out, that's what he met. Yahweh Shem shot through a burning bush, and that bush was completely consumed with fire. All right, and that's why we gotta have that same fire on us, man. You know, the same way our ancestors. Let your spirit get shut off with nothing, right? You know? Once the Lord puts the spirit on you and you work, you don't bow down to nothing. Are you going to make mistakes slip? Yes, you are. You know? But you keep that same fiery spirit. You know? Because if not, you're not fit to rule in the kingdom. But the Lord is always going to uphold his elect, just like he did these men right here. He uphold them.
Kai, you want to go more in the plagues? Kai.
Hop down to the
Locust. Because it goes that the rod and the serpents, right? Aaron's rod ate up all the magicians and their enchantments. And then the water where he turned into blood, right? And killed all the fish.
And all these things we saw right here. So down there in Florida, what they had, water was turning to blood, man. It looked like fucking blood. My son's baby mom, she hit me, she was like, Pops, this is, I'm like, God damn. You know, sending me videos and all that. Then you got like I said, the crickets.
Yeah, the frogs is next, right?
Yeah,
where he got him with the frogs.
And what are those? Everybody has it. When the Lord's going to come back, man, on the time out, but we have signs set up for us, man. And stop fucking playing games. You wasn't supposed to be playing games. If you're a man of Lord, you're a man of Lord. Once you come in, you go hard for it, man. Ain't no taking no breaks, none of that shit, man. You know? And everything that we're saying is the truth because it's happening. All right? And people are starting to wake up and realize, like, damn, these niggas is right. Those dudes out there standing on the corner with this, and that, but of course, you're going to have people that don't believe. But man, it's brother, we see things every week, man. Every week. So there's no denying that what we're saying is the truth because the Lord is wrestling with his Lord's women, man. And we believe that, man. Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't even be out here, man. People don't see behind closed doors, man. They see the camera. You know? And this is a spiritual thing. So I think it's 10.
Yeah.
27.
Then you got the flies, right?
Yeah,
Then you got the cattle. The cattle
Yo, and that's
severed
what
it
they
between Egyptians and Israelites, and then you got spread up the dust for the boils.
And yo, what
Right.
what just happened not so long ago? What was it? A couple weeks ago, smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look like
Yeah, and these are the
Planet
same
Orange.
things. And I don't care if they try to say, yo, it's wildfire. Yo, the Lord put the spirit on your ass to do that. You know? And that's the first time, people I'm talking about 60-year-old people. It's like, I never saw nothing like this in my entire life. That's a nice little lifetime, you know? 60 years, like, that's a generation. You know? So in their whole generation, they never saw nothing what just happened.
Right.
I had some people in Texas like, yeah, it was just smoking down here. I said, God damn. From fucking Canada, you know? That's good, man.
Hey, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 10, verse 12. And Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt,
right,
and eat every herb of the land, even all that hath left. Because the hail was before that.
That's right. And what's the bother, man? Yo, matter of fact, you said the hell was before that, right?
Yeah.
You see hell in what? China? Like, I'm just them big ass balls dropping shit up. You know, so yo, all these things is happening. And yo, the Lord is in control of the world. So he's sending all these different things simultaneously. One of you, because you got Israelites on all 4 corners of the earth. You know? So they have to witness all these plagues as well. Whether it be in their community, they just want to witness it. But ultimately, everybody's going to witness from Babylon falls. It's going to fall. You know? It's definitely going to fall. All
right? And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and Yahweh brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts.
The east came from the east. You know, that's where we come from, man. But it brought the locusts. And like I said, like the locusts eat vegetation. And that's what they're set up to do, man. You know, they're hungry, they come to eat it up, and then you ain't going to have nothing. Right? And the Nevada, that's over there in the desert. You know, we got what, Las Vegas over there? So it's only right that it can start right there because you got what? Pyramids there and all that. That's called Sin City, man. All right, you even got that statue that's in Daniel, you know. So the Lord, you think you're making a mockery of the Lord, but you're putting all the signs to let us know what this place is. All right, we know that this is Babylon. We can prove it through the scriptures that this is Babylon. America is the daughter of Babylon. Because certain things that the prophet said about Babylon has not happened yet. But it's happening right here. Babylon was already gone back then. But certain prophets were speaking on certain things, man. You know? So they was talking about right now in these up and coming times, man. The times that we living in right now. Why could they right back here, right now, prophesy? All right? And these spirits know what it is. You might not know what the spirits are.
Hey, man, even you, the Bible Belt pastors, whatever you want to call them, let you know these are the last days. So if they're saying it, then obviously this is Babylon. So stop getting so emotional.
Right.
And start listening to the prophets of the Lord. The real truth, the real doctrine. Right?
Matter of fact, this is one you can prove it. Revelation 18:3. Revelation. Matter of fact, it's verse 1. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. It says, and after these I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her wrath, Salakia, wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich throughout the abundance of her delicacies.
Oh.
You know, so did that happen back in ancient Babylon?
Right.
All the nations? You know, right now, it's all the nations that's speaking off of Babylon.
All right.
And they waxing richer and richer. That you get your trade. Babylon, where you got what's that, Wall Street up there in New York City?
Yeah.
That's a major trade. That's where the stock market's at. You know, you go into the what's that, your birth certificate, your social security card. On that's your you're considered stock. When we came here on the cargo slave ships, we were considered stock because they was trading us off. They was selling us off. The same way, and it was right there up there on what I said, market in New York, where the stock exchange is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now I'm saying it's around that area. You know, where they got the whole stock exchange, the commerce and all that. That's where they actually sold us right there. You know, and here in Philadelphia, they sold us down there on where Penn's Landing's at, man. William Penn. That's where you get Pennsylvania from. William Penn, man. All right, and we were sold right there, and then from there we was spread out all 4 corners from there. All right, so Philadelphia has it's a heavy slave trade as well. Man. They don't teach you all that shit in school, you know. But we are the stock. That's why you got the Social Security, your birth certificate, and on top of that, going back to what we were talking about last week, Great Depression, when that's when they started issuing those things, man.
Right.
Well, let me give them this, because that's how we're going to pay China back. All right, because we are the stock, and it says, and then now I just found out that on your Social Security card, there's different color numbers from the richest, then it goes down to the poorest. They got different colors on it, so they know if you're high in society, you're just a middle class citizen, or you're a peasant. You know. So that's all, that's what's going to the MOT to the P. Revelation 13 and 16, what it say? It calls us all both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark. Why? Because you're claiming that you belong to Esau. You're his stock, man. He can buy and sell you and trade you and do whatever the hell he wants, man. It's like with Pharaoh. That's why Pharaoh like, yo, I ain't letting y'all niggas go, man. America's doing the same thing. I'm not letting y'all niggas go. Matter of fact, I ain't letting nobody go. And that's why the Lord gonna fuck them up. You know?
And the locusts went up all over the land of Egypt and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such.
Yeah, yo, that's crazy. Yo, God damn. Yo, cause though you never saw these crickets in America like that, man. And yo, the Lord, he just said never be no more locusts like such. So he just turned it up.
Hey, it said they covered the whole joint.
Yo, when you look at the video, yo, just matter of fact, a couple of years ago, when the land of flies coming,
yeah.
They covered that whole side of the building. Never saw them get like that before.
Wow.
But yo, just imagine that being a whole neighborhood. And the lady was filming out her door. She didn't want to go outside. And she said if you raven up to go outside, she said when you walk over and you step on it, something like pop. It's like pop, pop, pop. So I said, God damn.
Hey, they tell you to kill them on sight, right?
Yeah, locust is that's a lawful insect to eat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But these crickets also, but you got these crickets smell like dead fish. So ain't nobody eating that shit.
Right. Hey, and it probably was way bigger back then too.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Meteor and everything. Yeah.
So you know, like, yo, the Lord, this is fucking dead.
This is Second Ezra, chapter 15. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
That's right. So let's talk about right now. It ain't talking about ancient Egypt, and that's another way you know that Americans were scripture. But it said I will smite it with plagues as before. We're talking about the plagues that happened before, but now you're starting to see them now. You know? And you know these people, because the spirit of the word is heavy right now. So these people, can't say, oh, well, the Bible. Now, the Lord is like, no, you're saying that the Bible is a fictitious book. You are for a rude awakening. Oh, that was in the Bible time. You're still living in it. You turn this week in and week out. You know? Every time we come out here, we come and say the truth. You know what we come to do? Say the truth of the scripture.
Hey, if it was so fictitious, you wouldn't come down so bad on the men of the Lord. You wouldn't even worry about it. Hey, you would say, hey, who cares what they say?
Yep.
But y'all do care.
That's why the scripture says the things that were written in war time were written for our learning. So the same plagues that the Lord had sent on the first Egypt and how he destroyed it, this is going to be the same plagues that he's going to send on this modern day Egypt. All right, and our people sheep led to the slaughter because they fallen after these vain philosophies that Esau and these heathens pushed out. All right, that's 2/3 of our people, man. But and the reason why they're going to be led to the slaughter because they're not receiving the message. They're not trying to repent. Because the Lord, he's going to deliver his hope for elect, right? It's elect that seek his face, right? That's hearkening unto his word, that's doing the work. He's going to deliver them from out of that destruction. We have one more verse. Back in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that the Most High Yahweh shall bring upon it. All right, so this modern day Egypt, America, is going to mourn, man. All right, the foundation of it is going to be smitten with plagues, man. All right, destruction, famine. All right, a sword that's going to sit on this modern day Egypt, man. All right, because America is spiritually Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Hey, yo, Apostle Tahar just did a video. It was it was something, I forgot the guy's name. He was a Christian, but he was agreeing with Apostle Tahar. He put a video up. He was like, so-and-so agrees with GMS. He was like, I did a video. He said, and America's in the Bible. I was like, oh, snap. You know, because then you're going to have a lot of different men come out here. Now you got what, Nate? You got, matter of fact, if what we're saying is so false,
Right.
it's so fictitious, why are you setting up men like Vocab Malone?
Right. Yeah, why bother? Why would you waste your time, again, cutting pages? Why would you waste your time putting what's the people that put us on the hate list or whatever? What's them people called? Yeah, like we're a hate group. The AC. Yeah, what's some people that do that?
I can't remember.
ACLU was one of them.
They make a different list every single
Yeah. Oh, Southern Poverty Law Center.
Okay.
Yeah. What's that all about? What's that attention all about? Because what have we done to anyone? But we just preach the Bible.
Right.
That's how you know that you know we dealing with the truth.
That's right.
Hey, Shalom Magan. See the brother on the line. Yeah.
I got another piece of
Yo, let's hop in the
All right, but let's finish. Yeah, let's finish because the locust was the 9th plague, basically, right? So that 10th plague is coming.
And that's how, that's the 9th.
Yeah, well, the locust is the 9th, so we already got that. Let's go to the 10th, verse chapter 11.
But matter of fact, real fast, now that you said that, right? But this basically what it's doing right here. I'm going to the here, right to it. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and 1. It says, he answered me then.
Yeah, my God says Southern Poverty.
That's right. It This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. It says, he answered me, then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, what I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is in the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's what we're doing, man. Right? We look, and these are signs. Right? That's why we're like, yo, it's the night. Right? All right? And yo, it's going to come what? To the Passover. Right? Where the Lord this time is going to pass over his men because they're going to be delivered. And everyone else is going to catch death, including 2/3 of our people, man. You know? And that's what everything is leading up to, 2nd Exodus. All right? That's why we're in the Exodus now. Because, yo, we're going, and this is going to be the greatest delivery you ever seen in your life, man. All right? You're never going to witness a deliverance like this again. Now, the first one was great. Don't get it wrong. Because some things happen, you know, which is accounted for. And the same thing going to happen now, but it's going to be on a magnitude way much more higher because the destruction is going to be way much more worse. You know? Because while American patterns itself after every different nation that ever came on the planet. You know? That's why destruction got to be the greatest. You know?
God. So this is Exodus chapter 11. And hey, right, this Exodus is going to be like none other. It says
Exodus what? It means exit.
Yes.
Exit stage one.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. You know what I mean? So he's basically saying that you know, now, but before I told you that he wasn't going to let you go. Now I'm saying, hey, he's going to let you go now. After this one going to be the death knell.
He gave him so many warnings, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't see the camera right there. My fault.
I mean, it's like us walking up on you.
No. I'm trying to ask you a question about the situation. But
Yeah, we'll get to you. So
I didn't even see this shit right here.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, fuck that shit.
yeah, it's good. All right. So again, Exodus 11. Right.
That's how females are.
Yeah, that's that emotional bullshit. I mean, emotion. Hey, so again, he said, hey, there's one thing, he's going to let you go. So just know that when you speak it, you know, hey, it's going to go into it, right? Because he's going to require something for us to do. So he's basically giving Moses and Aaron, he's giving them instructions because this is going to be the last one.
Yeah. Just like we're giving instructions. No? And it starts with our apostles and elders, man. Because they've been through a lot of situations and everything. That's why we're able to conduct ourselves on a different level. You know, not like how that man just came on the act and said,
Right.
You know what y'all read in the Bible? Now,
Right.
Just last week, the woman came up to her and she didn't say nothing. Chilling.
And she asked, if she speak, right?
Exactly.
So that's why you ignore people like that and you continue on what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, if they got a humble spirit, guess what? He would have stayed here. But he had nothing but a demon on him to just interrupt the word. That's why you don't let no man or even woman come up here and interrupt the word. I don't care who they are. They got to listen and wait until really this man give him the go. He don't get the go from nobody else. We just continue in what we say.
We're just speaking.
Right.
We're speaking. And I guarantee if Esau was out here, he wouldn't have done that.
Right.
They said, I ain't see the camera.
Don't matter.
Like that.
What's the camera's got to do with anything? It doesn't matter.
Fuck that camera. That's right.
Hey.
Hey, man, you better watch what she said.
Right. Hey, but we know his spirit, right? His spirit would just come up to distract. Because if he really wanted to learn something, really had a question, he would have just waited.
And you saw him. He said, brother,
yeah, we got you. We get to you. Right. But he ain't want nothing. Hey, the demon just got him away from us. Because hey, we saw his spirit just coming up here with that spirit. So hey, that's why we kept going.
Act like he's not even there.
Right. Good. And hey, so it says, verse 2, speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor and every woman of her neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants.
That's when they was leaving, right?
No, and in the sight of the people. So they were getting ready. He was giving instructions of what to do because they were about to get ready.
They was getting it from
right? Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right. Hey,
right.
Man, that's a heavy point. Like, yeah, borrow this, borrow that. And yo, you know what? Right now, on the all-time high, these people, I ain't saying good, but these devils always trying to hit you with, like, you need to borrow money, get out of debt, and this.
Right.
That's another sign that you're coming to the end, man. Because they just trying to give away money. Which, you know, the economy is about to collapse anyway, but they're giving it when that shit collapse, man. If you could buy things that you need and necessities, man. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I'm not saying good stuff and all that, but hey, man, you can grab certain things, you know? Take it, use it for your advantage, man.
Hey, that's why they gave you simpletons a bucket of chicken to get the Vade Diva, and you went and got it. Hey, man, Jake.
French fries.
Right.
It's like, yo, this Edomite said, when you think of this, just think about some French fries. Say, yo, Jake is like, yo, they really
right.
Jake like that, man.
And now it's gone. They played you, and now everything's gone. Acting like nothing happened. Simple, man. Hey, it says, verse 4, and Moses said, thus saith Yahweh, about midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt. And all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die.
And yo, Dan, you see that? You said about midnight, right? That's going to the Passover, which we celebrate that every year, and that's coming into the springtime. That shows you when your spring's coming in. But he said about midnight, that's when I'm gonna go and slay the firstborn. Now you look at the doomsday clock, right? They said when it strikes 12.
Yeah, it's midnight. Yeah.
That's when the missiles come. That's when Yahweh Shah coming. That's how you know that's talking about Yahweh Shah. He was that angel that came through. And how you know too? Because he said he's going to smite the firstborn of every man, woman, beast, and child of the heathens. And he is the first spirit ever created, only begotten. So he's the firstborn. So he lets you know how to kill all your firstborn. Stop playing with it. You know what I mean? Like, but that's how you know those are different tools of these things, right? But you got these dudes that don't believe in Yahweh Shah and don't worship Yahweh Shah, you out your fucking mind. But you got camps that teach them. Yo, that was a heavy point too, huh? At 12 o'clock. Because we're approaching 12 o'clock right now. You know?
So he said it to Pharaoh, right? But hey, Pharaoh didn't want to listen. Pharaoh said, oh man, come on, man. You talked all this other stuff, right? Hey, we still standing. We still Egypt. Right? And so we're gonna go down to the point.
And that's what Pharaoh, that's when he started bitching. Like, get these niggas out of there. I don't even want to see their faces.
This book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 30. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. Playing with Yahweh Shah, the one true living power, right? And not one dead.
You know your firstborn as a male, that's who you give everything.
Yeah, you inherit, he inherits everything, right?
Yo, damn. God damn. You stripped him from the inheritance.
Right.
They like, yo, what we gonna take that?
Right.
You know?
Right.
The Lord, he took away your firstborn and he took away your kingdom, so you don't got no inheritance.
Right.
You know, took away everything that you worked for, so hard for. You know, how you had the slaves and all that. Yo, took all that shit away. Which he's going to do again now, man.
Hey, and as a man, you know, it's nothing like your firstborn.
Yo,
Not saying you don't love the other kids, but it's nothing like your firstborn. Point blank, period.
The
Right.
son, man, firstborn son,
Right.
is all that.
Right.
You know?
Hey, it says, and Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, where there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get ye forth from among my people.
The same one, yo, the same ones that he was talking shit about, thinking that he could compare it to, like, yo, what you got this, I got that. All those plays leading up until he was like, man, yo, just go ahead, man. And on the top, as the Lord told him, no, go borrow this, take this, that. Because you know, you don't got no intention to pay that back for his damn demons, man. You know? But he know that he didn't want him to give it back to him. Because that belonged to us, man. Just like the gold and silver and all this that these damn kings have now that they took from us, it's always going to be returned back to us, man. You know? Because we're the rightful rulers on this planet, man. Everything that was made for our sakes unto what? From the second of the sixth chapter. You know? Going towards the end of the chapter, about what? 56 verses on there. You know? So the Lord he's coming to deliver. All right? He's seeing all the signs of the time, he's seeing everything. Alright? So if you don't believe by now the signs that the Lord is showing you, I can say straight up, he's not a man of the Lord. And he's not doing this. Alright? And the only thing you got to look forward to is a fucking listen.
Yeah.
Straight up, right? No.
Hey, it says, and he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, rise up and get ye forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve Yahweh as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. So he's like, hey, give me a blessing, matter of fact, before you go.
I know y'all the people, my bad. I'm ready to finally let y'all niggas go.
All right.
But y'all sing it out. He said, bless me also. Because he knew that we was blessed. He was like, man, when y'all leave this thing, you with a blessing, so my shit can come back. You know? The people was a real blessing, man. That's what people don't understand. The real blessing is us, man. And if it's especially if you're a man in the Lord, man, because you're blessed, walk into a room and the whole like you control it without even saying anything. You know? And how you know, just like Yahweh Shah said, what? The kingdom of heaven is within inside of you. And what's that? How you treat your brothers, how you conduct yourself, your daily walk, your daily life. You know? Yeah, why do you think it said the kingdom of heaven is going to come from the sky? Because the same men that's going to get beamed up, they're going to come right back down. That's the kingdom of heaven. You know? It starts here, and that's what he's telling you. To show these people the kingdom of heaven. And it starts how you treat your brothers, man. You know? How you move, how you conduct everything. Everything is done decently and in order. That's just the way the Lord designed it. We ain't designed it like that. He did, man. You know? And he moves like that. All right? And that's where it starts at. It starts with yourself, man. You gotta look in the fucking mirror sometimes. What I do wrong, what I did, this, that. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in, as a whole, Israel, man. We fucked up. But with all that, we still have to push through. Because when we have hope while reading these scriptures, we have a mediator, man. Right? Matter of fact, man, just real quick. It's Hebrews chapter 9, 15. It says that for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the First Testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. You know, so what? No, the First Testament, no, what's that? That's the covenant. I mean, not the covenant, it's like the law, statutes, and commandments. Matter of fact, grab Galatians 2:21, Dr. Bashar. There's a proof of point with that because if it's like I said, the kingdom of heaven is within inside of you, man. That's how you know these niggas out here sitting around doing all these fucking wicked ass acts and all that. They're not the kingdom of heaven. You said 2:21, he got it. But the king, and they doing all these wicked acts, man. Yo, the kingdom, yo, the Lord is not resting with you, man. A lot of men want the Lord to rest with him, but hey, if he's not, he's not. You know? Who? We don't even know if he's dealing with us. We pray that he is. We see signs. You know? But we ain't going around bragging about this shit. Because you got to be humble. Yahweh Shai ain't going around bragging about nothing. He boasts the Father. First and foremost. He put himself underneath of everybody. The first spirit of God there, let's look at that. The first spirit ever created put himself underneath of everybody to be a servant.
Yeah.
And what it says, no servant is greater than
his master.
And we're servants of Yahweh Shai. So we're not greater than him. You know? You gotta go.
And we can't do anything but of him.
That's right.
Because not of him, hey.
That's right.
You better fall back.
That's right.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 2, verse 21. It says, I do not frustrate the grace of the power.
That's right. We don't frustrate the grace of the Lord, man. Because yeah, we under grace now. Yes, we are. But you don't keep doing crazy ass shit intentionally, and you know better. Because this is what you're doing. Go ahead, man.
For if righteousness come by the law, then Christ, Yahweh Shai, is dead in vain.
That's right. He died for nothing. And he got his ass whooped on that cross, not you. He took on all your sins, man.
Right.
So you doing crazy ass shit.
Right.
That means you don't believe in it.
Right. I mean, who thinks that makes sense? That you just going to continue to do whatever you want to do, that do as thou wilt spirit.
Yep.
Right? You basically crucifying him over and over again.
That's right.
You're telling me, yeah, he did die for nothing. Because I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. I mean,
that's right.
How much sense does that make?
Then you got what? Nate and them? What they do? Yo, the law. They teach the law to be justified by that.
Well, they teach they perfect.
So they don't believe in God. That's what supposed to be.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Read that again. Baba Kashab.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 2, verse 21. I do not frustrate the grace of the power. For if righteousness come by the law, then Yahweh Shai is dead in vain.
Right. Yeah, he did. So that means he died for nothing. That doesn't mean it's just an empty thing he came for.
Right.
You know? That makes you a murderer, man. You know? You part of that number that was up there begging for his death, calling for his death. And guess what you picked for? You picked for Roberts, man. A fucking thief, man. And a robber and all that shit. You call for him. Before you call for your Yahweh Shai, that's why all these things happen to the children. These things are happening to you. You know? You expect somebody to feel sorry for you. You don't feel sorry for nothing. You know? That's why these bombers out here crying. Oh, God, who perished ever being innocent?
All right.
We get our ass whooped all the time. We in the brother, we go do some shit. And the Lord like, nope.
Right.
Set this in order.
God.
We know what we're talking about, man. That's why we can laugh at you. You know? It's like, He's like, hey, what the fuck was you doing?
Right,
I said, man, come here, brother. You know what I'm saying? Go pat his bike and eat shit. You know? And that, hey, man, that's the Lord. That's how it goes. You know? Because, if you can't be brother to your brother in front of you, how you care about the Lord? That's what he said. These ain't our words. You can't say you love somebody and you got a man in front of you that's coming in his image. And you all the same. You know?
Got a quick interjection. IUIC. This is Galatians chapter 2, verse 16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith in Hamashiach Yahushua. Even we have believed in Yahushua Hamashiach that we might be justified by the faith of Hamashiach and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law no flesh shall be justified.
Right. Because if we all was under the law 100% right now, well, none of us be standing right here in front of you.
Right.
The Lord would have killed us a long time ago. You know? That's why we have that grace. All right, to get it right. And I always tell brothers, man, listen, you better get everything right before the Lord come back.
Hey, you better pray that Yahweh Shai puts the spirit on you, that he casts you not away from his presence.
Right.
And he doesn't take that Holy Spirit from you. That's a song. Yeah, that's song.
That's why the Lord said what? He said, flesh and blood should not enter into the kingdom of heaven. As he said, what? For by the works of the law should no flesh be justified. So you cannot be justified by the law at all, man. That's what IUIC push. They push the law, but they don't understand that you're not going to be justified in the law. That's why it says what? That we should be justified by faith in Yahushua Mashiach. All right, that's a commandment when you go into like 1 John, 2 John, we're dealing with that. It's commanded of us to believe in the name of Yahushua.
Just to clarify, for some of you who want to just take this and run with it because you're wicked, right? We're not saying not to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, so don't go off from the law. But hey, we also understand that we are under grace and that, hey, we can continue to ask for forgiveness, right? Because you want to show your works by your faith, right? So if you got faith, then you go on how to works to keep it to the best of your ability.
You ain't supposed to sin willingly.
Right. Yeah. Well, especially when you
that's the church.
Right. When you know the law, right?
I'm under grace. I can eat pork.
Right.
The Lord's going to deliver me.
Right. Yeah. Let me eat this shrimp one more time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That smell good. That smell good, Sister Betty. Hey, I know I'm an Israelite, but hey, slide me a couple of them shrimp. Hey, man, that's wicked. Hey, so nobody's saying that. You know what I'm saying?
This is Romans chapter 6, verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? Yahweh forbid.
Come. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, what we saying? Hey, if you truly have the faith, then hey, you're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and not use it as an excuse because Yahweh Shai has given us grace to sin. And that's what some brothers, they go off on that, right? Hey, I'm just going to ask the Lord for forgiveness. Next week, hey, I'm just going to ask the Lord for forgiveness. Next week, hey, that's off.
Not
teaching you know that your body is simple.
Right.
Certain things you can adjust. You know the scripture. And we're all. That's why it's important to read the scriptures for yourself as well. Don't let what a man tell you, read the scriptures for yourself. And the apostles tell you the same thing. They tell you that. Whatever a man tells you, don't research and make sure that man tells you. Don't try to please your flesh. When Yahweh Shai was here, what he do? He denied his flesh constantly. Because he knew that his flesh was sin. That's why he was blessed up in death. You know, and we come after him. That's why we look at him for our spiritual guidance. And I remember Apostle the Lord in the video on that. He said, Yahweh Shah is our spiritual mentor, our mentor, and our guidance. He's our guidance. You know?
Hey, and if you sin willfully, hey, you're in danger of getting 7 more deadly spirits than when you came into this truth. Hey man, hey, you put yourself in danger.
This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
See that? It says, read, hear, and do. That's 3 things. Read, hear, and do. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. You read, you understand it, and you do it. But it tells you, faith without works is dead. Like Moses, we were just bringing in the Exodus. What Moses do? He had to hear, man. He had to basically read because of reading back, you know. And then he actually did what the Lord said, what he was commanded to do. The Lord gave him commandments and he went ahead and did it. You know? How long we got, brother?
Hey, 158 piece.
A little bit more.
All right, to back you up about that, we're supposed to follow behind the footsteps, the same footsteps of that perfect man, which is Yahweh Shah. This is 1 Peter chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 21. But even here unto where ye called, because Yahweh Shah also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye shall follow his steps.
Right. You choosing what? Following his steps. Yahweh Shah was a whole spirit man. Right? He told you straighten them down how it was in the court. And that's how you gotta be. But this truth is deadly serious. This is about our salvation. You know, it's about our life. You don't want to perish here. Who the hell wants to die right here in Babylon? And the only way to go out in Babylon is if you die for the spirit and power. How about Shalom Shah? About Shalom Shah? Like you got all these, like yo, even with Jacob, right? Jacob perished in Egypt, but he was like, yo, don't bury my bones here. Take them where y'all going, put them in the promised land. That was promised in that time. You know? That's how detrimental it is to want to die here. Me and brother go over a lot about choosing life, man. You know, your woman is not supposed to be over this truth. Your brother, your sister, none of that. Your mother, you know, your children, none of that, man. Why? Because if you follow the instructions of the Lord, all those things, yo, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and the rest will be added on, man. All right? Don't go up Babylon. What's that? No, Leviticus. No, Deuteronomy. No, basically, it's telling you to choose life. Anything outside of this book. And like me and the brother was talking about on the way to camp. Yo, every man in the scriptures, yo, the downfall of every man in the scriptures is what? A fucking woman. Every man, look at Samson, a woman pushing them. You know? These don't want to know shit. These women, they the fucking enemy. Bottom line, if you don't believe it, they will shoot. That's why you pick the Lord first. And if she's not doing it, man, you trying to escape.
Hey, they show you every day.
You don't let no woman pull up the goddamn house.
Right.
Go against the Lord.
Right.
None of that.
Because of what she thinks.
Fuck what she thinks.
Yeah. Hey, it tells you, hey, you hate not your mother, your father, hey, your wife, and even your own life. You can't follow me.
Your own life.
And it don't necessarily mean hate. If you look at that word, you know, it's talking about loving more. So basically, if you're going to get them to take you out the truth, you love them more than your Habashim Yabashah. You know?
And yo, that hate, as though you have a simple minded nigga. I gotta hate my mom.
Right.
Man,
Yeah. right. Straight up. Yeah. So it's not the same hate as Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. That's not the same hate word. So you gotta go into the Greek and the Hebrew and the word, man. Stop taking everything literal so much.
And that's the problem with the society.
Right.
Read that, bro.
30 and 19. Con. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you,
Damn.
that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Yo, what's that? Deuteronomy 28, right? He said he called heaven and earth before you, man. You know? He called those things that would be a witness against the decision on that day, man. And every decision that you make, you're going to have to ride with them, man. And take everything that comes with them, man. You know, we choose to be out here on these highways and have to choose certain words.
As we're commanded to do, right? And this is the book of life.
Right.
Everything else is death.
Don't make no sense. But they say if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And this is the money right here. So if it ain't going with this, that shit is strange to me.
Right.
Straight up. Gotta go.
It says, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you,
Right.
that I have set before you life and death,
Right.
blessing and cursing.
Yup.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Thou and thy seed. So you truly care about your seed.
Yeah.
A certain word.
Right,
Like, man, this brother.
right.
I'm not saying we don't love our children. Hey, God, we do care about our children. But this comes first.
Hey, and that's what I mean. That's why that hate goes into loving more.
Right. Right.
That's what that word goes into, loving more. So guess what? We're going to do this work.
Right. But the brother teaches his children about all the time.
Right. We're not going to go to Chuck E. Cheese today. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this work. You're going to get this work.
God. Yeah, God. See your Mexicans. It'll come, but hey, man, but that's what it is, man. You know? And these are not our words, man. We're just getting out this book. You tell them. There's plenty of times I want to hear my children and all that. Man, fuck. You know? Fuck you, I'll get another one. And if she not with, I'll get another one. If the Lord don't want me to have one, I won't have one. I don't give a fuck. You know? That's a part of suffering, being patient. You know? You shit on the Lord, he's going to shit on you, man. You know? So hold on.
That thou mayest love Yahweh thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice. Bam.
Bring it from the top.
Hey,
Hey. Spitting right now. And you got the beat on you spitting.
This the real freestyle right here.
Yeah.
So listen up.
And they supposed to dance to this, not that.
Right, right. Hey, verse 20, it says that thou mayest love Yahweh thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life.
Yo, you got part of that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 20. That thou mayest love Yahweh thy power, and that thou mayest obey his voice.
Obey his voice, and what's his voice? The words coming out of that book. All you gotta do is pick it up and read it.
Hey, through his servants, the prophets.
That's right. All we're doing is breaking it down. Certain things don't need to be broken down.
Right.
You know, the scriptures is simple. You know, some men want to go so deep and all this and that, man. This is simple as basic. Fear the Lord, do his commandments, and that's it.
Hey, man, and you hear it, right? You just a wicked, shaven face, baby face, all types of abomination, and you talking about how the Lord spoke to you last night. Right? Come on, man, cut it out. Hey, especially because most of the time when you say it, you talking about something wicked, the next thing that come out of your mouth. You ain't even coming from the scriptures.
Right.
So, hey, you better pray and repent that the Lord sucks with you and stop spewing that nonsense. It says that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life. and the length of thy days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which Yahweh sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them.
Yo, and all those things, they trusted in the Lord.
Right.
And yo, how you know, look at the reward that they got. You see it to this day. And it speaks about that in there. You know? They were obedient to him, they heard his voice, and they listened. What did Abraham do? He listened to our sins. That's why Isaac named me laughing. Because she laughed at the angel when the angel told her, oh, you going to have a child.
Right.
She was like, the angel's like, yo, you laughed? She's like, oh, I laughed. He's like, yes, you did. That's why you going to name the child Isaac. You know, because you laughed at me. Now, Isaac is your house child. But Abraham listened. And out of his loins, that was that came with your house child. And that incarnation. So it had to listen. But he did listen to the woman, right? She got pregnant by the, she wanted to have a baby by Hagar, and then that's why he had Ishmael. For that, that's when you get Islam, because he wasn't listening to the Lord, he listened to the fucking Lord. And that's Abraham, the greatest one. That's why we always tell you, every man's downfall, he listens to that goddamn woman. She knows, fucking woman, God. Oh, fuck. Any fucking it's fucking retarded. The Lord ain't playing the game, right? You know that book? John 15:28. No, 26. It's coming to time to keep fucking up. The Lord ain't going, bro, me ain't gonna have a more mission. I'm talking to myself as well. That's what I'm saying. I'm not exempt out of nothing. I'm flesh and blood just like the next one. And I know that the Lord can destroy me whenever he wants. All you gotta do is breathe and not drop dead.
You said John what?
John 15. John 26, brother Rashad.
Oh. It's the book of John, chapter 15, verse 25. But this comes to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceeded from the Father, he shall testify of me.
That's right.
And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning.
That's right. That's talking about what is elect. They've been with him from the beginning, so they heard his voice. And guess what they're doing? They're testifying about him. All we're doing is declaring his words, telling you the same thing that we believe. And what we do and how we move. You know? And if you follow, like what Biggie said, follow these rules that have mad bread to break up. If not, 24 years on the wake up. You know? So listen, son, follow the words of Yahweh outside. Yo, your life, hey, man, we in hell, man. But he can, and that's how comfortable. So he'll make it more easier for you. But we know we have sinned against him in the past, right? So we sin against him in the past, whatever comes upon us, we take it and shoot. You know? That's how you gotta do it. But this place is a fucking cesspool. And it's about the Plauges. You know? Babylon don't got too much money. She was on a respirator. We're about to pull the plug on this bitch. But they trying to keep it alive. So anything else, then you're going to start seeing weird shit happen now in the end time. A whole bunch of strange things are about to happen. That's why you got to keep your feet in your eye by Shema Rashad, man. By Shema Rashad. You know? The brother catch hell all week, I catch hell, man. You know, and everybody we on different levels of life, man. We all come from different walks of life. But the hell that was put on you, you gotta bear that. You know, you can't look what happened with Jonah, man, when he tried to run. The guy got swallowed up with one super right where he was supposed to be. You know? So you can't run from the Lord, you can't hide from him, man. You gotta man up and face whatever you gotta face, man. We all gotta, especially coming into Jacob's trouble. We don't even know what's going to happen in Jacob's trouble. But we know that the Lord is with us, man. Matter of fact, we're going to grab this one real fast. And Genesis 28:15, and then Isaiah 41:10.
So Genesis 21?
Yeah, 28 and 15.
28.
28 Isaiah 41:10.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 28, verse 15. And behold, I am with thee, and will keep thee in all places, whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land. For I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken to thee of.
That's right. So that's what hey man, you don't know what's going to happen in Jacob's trouble. But he says he's going to bring us to that land again. Just that Jerusalem. You about to go home. Lord's willing to be a part of that number, man. But he said he will be with us, man. He's with us right now. You know? You a brother, you man, though, he got his angels encamped round about you. Those that believe in fear him, man. It's all about your belief system. What do you believe? You know? Like that old song from Ray Kwan and shit. What do you believe in? Heaven and heaven. You can't believe in heaven because you live in there. And that's why the niggas don't believe in the world, man. You know, matter of fact, I seen there was a post on Instagram, and the dude was like, he was a barber, and he was like, he didn't believe in God, right? He's like, I don't believe in God, bang, bang, bang. So he was like, why don't you believe in God? He was like, because if there was a God, why would he have a world so messed up? You know? And he was like, damn. So then the dude that was sitting in the chair was like, and he get his hair cut by the barber. He said, well, I don't believe in barbers. He was like, what you mean? Why don't you believe in barbers? He said, because there's so many people out there with long ass hair. He was like, why they got long hair? And the barber was like, man, that's because, you know, we be working. He's like, because they don't come to us. They get their hair cut. He was like, exactly. He's like, the way they don't come to you to get their hair cut, you don't go to the Lord for service, man. That's why all that shit happened, you know? So he kicked murder on him. I'm like, damn, that was crazy. But yo, when he said that whole way, that's the truth, man. He said, you don't believe in God because all these things are happening, but why they happen? Because you don't really trust and believe in it, man. You know? So of course you don't think. The reason why we know what's going on, we're not flinching, bucking up, none of that. We're cool in the fan and fucking jamming. You know? Why? Because we know what's going on, because we understand it. And the Lord has to allow you to understand it. When these things go on with somebody, that these people don't lose their minds, man. You know? Just a glimpse of a little bit of trouble, these people go crazy. Just like that whole C-19 thing, when the first pandemic happened, and the toilet paper issue. These people was fighting over toilet paper, so just imagine when they take the food out the market. When the second issue, what, the 15th? You know, they're going to be raiding each other's houses for lack of bread, man. You know?
This is Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of my righteousness.
Yeah, he said,
This is Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with thy right hand of my righteousness.
That's pretty simple, man. All these things will happen, so fear not. Fear not with you. You know, you saw fuck with us all day, every day.
Yeah, because he wants us to fear him.
That's right.
That's what he wants.
That's right. The Lord said he ain't give us the spirit of fear.
Right.
We're not running around fearing all this shit.
Right.
I wish you'd come and hurry me.
Right.
It's out of here, man.
Like we supposed to lose sleep over what he do and say, as if it's the truth.
Right. You know, some in the more comfortable than others, man. You know, but at the end of the day, when that economy collapse and all that, every man gonna be in the same situation.
Yeah.
And that's when your true character is going to come out. Are you going to really trust in the Lord? Are you going to take the MOTB? Or are you going to fold? The folding is taking the MOTB. You know?
Hey man, you people talk about integrity all day, and all you do is lie.
That's right. Yep. That's right. Look at
Cut
the
it
police
out.
officers.
All you do is lie.
It don't even say protect the servant on their car. Then they used to have the integrity, the little four Johns they had on there. But one of them was integrity. They don't got no
Right. All you do is lie all day.
They lie. But then
Especially lying against the men of the Lord.
That's right, brother. That's right, man. So that is Dan, it's the scripture on that, man. When it says accuse not a servant to his master. You got that real quick? Yeah, that's a heavy one right there. They're accusing us of all these different things. And I just was reading that to him, man. Now, this is accuse not a servant to his master. You know? Some goes into, I guess, they're going to hate you. You know? And you'll be found. That's what he said. You know? Because guess what? We're getting accused. You know? So our master, they're doing it right in front of everybody. Making up lies. But they don't know about the power that the Lord is going to give his men. While they creating all the machines and all that, you know, you're going to have your strength in you and all that, man. You know? And I ain't talking about, you know, when you say to do it, you there, you're going to get that power and everything. And you're going to be moving, man. You know, it's about to get real crucial. If you don't believe in the Lord now, you're never going to believe in him, man. Like the brother said last week. He said, man, if I don't believe in the Lord now, he said, I'm crazy.
Right.
Got it, bro? He said, unless we felt guilty.
I'm trying to get this. All right. Let's turn it on now.
As a matter of fact, he saw another name for him. Well, I ain't gonna say name, the title for him, because he's known as the accuser. You know? He's constantly accusing day and night.
I gotta say it, you know.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 10. Accuse not a servant unto his master, lest he curse thee, and thou be found guilty.
So in front of our master. And what are we doing? We're cursing. And ultimately, you're going to be found guilty because the Lord is going to bring down your kingdom. You know? And even with your brother, you're supposed to accuse your brother falsely. All right? Going to the Lord and tell the men and all that, you can't do that. You know, you got to tell the truth. Every time you speak out your mouth, that's why it's called the truth. Man. When Yahweh Shah spoke, he always said, I tell you the truth. Verily, truly, true. All right? You in the truth to tell the truth, not lies, man. You know? And that's how we got to conduct ourselves and live our lives. Can't be found liars, man. In all things, in all aspects.
Nah, and like the brother said, and you will be found guilty.
That's right. Yo, hey, as the charges stacked against you.
Right.
So with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakam Wadash, double honors to the apostle, Elder Great Millstone, shalom to the elect, to the men of God, for the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Shai, all right, so next week. With
they knew they had to come now. They about to close out.
Let us get one more grill.
Yeah.
That was the waffle.
Waffle From y'all. Shalom.
Yo.
We done.
Funny on them.
We done. For today.
Yeah, kind of 220.